How we doing? Sammy from United People's TV, here with Chris from the RedmenTV to preview what...
Biggest game of the season, Sam.
It is the biggest game of the season, and the Champions League's got to be pissed.
Yes.
Absolutely pissed, because this is the biggest European game of the season so far. The biggest European game of these, we're going in it's the Europa League. But it is, I was sitting there, Europa League draw. Europa League is what it is. It's better this year because you can get into the Champions League.
And it's not on Channel 5.
Yeah, it's not on Channel 5, which always helps. But you're sitting there in that draw, and I was thinking, come on, I'd love to get Liverpool. Because I find it weird how we've never played each other in Europe.
It's mad, isn't it? But, we speak to people around football and stuff, and I suppose it's not that mad. Liverpool have never played Glasgow Rangers, for example, but we played Celtic, and, it's weird, isn't it? We've always been on different trajectories as clubs, even though we've both been great clubs. When Liverpool were at the height, Man United were dormant for many years, weren't they? And when Man United were at the height, we've been largely anonymous.
It went through a period when you're looking probably 2006, 2009, when it was like you always drew Chelsea, we always drew Arsenal.
Yeah,
we just managed to somehow avoid each other at any particular draw we could have had. But this is going to be a fucking brilliant night.
Oh, it's going to be huge, mate. And I think you've got the better draw from it. I think having the second leg at Old Trafford obviously helps.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're previewing the game at Anfield and stuff, and 8:05 kick-off, so both sets of supporters can get there. This is going to be the best Anfield atmosphere, I think it could be, for many, many years.
It doesn't matter the context of the season. No matter Klopp's having a bad time, Van Gaal's having a bad time. It's Liverpool United. It's the game. For me, it's when you get the fixture at the start of the year, you look for when you got Anfield away first and foremost. And to play in Europe, it means something. It means something because it's both our best chances of getting Champions League football next year. I don't think either of us are going to get it if we don't win the Europa League.
I think, Liverpool are pretty much out of the race for the top four completely. I think we'd need to win every single game, and everybody else properly mess up for the rest of the season. I don't think that's going to happen. There's too many teams between us and the Champions League spots, and Man United have a chance of getting in the top four. But I think this is our best chance. What a tie for the supporters, because Liverpool, if you looked at Twitter and stuff like that, were like completely schizophrenic on it. It's like, no, it's Man United, no, I can't take losing to them in Europa League. That's the first thing that people think, some people, isn't it? I can't take losing to them in that. And other people like me are just like, I couldn't have asked for a better draw, because I've watched so many turgid games of football in the Europa League against dog shite opposition that I want to see Liverpool play a big team. I want to see what this team does, how they react to drawing one of the biggest clubs in the world on the European stage.
And again, in the same set of draws, you've got Dortmund against Spurs, which is another cracking tie. Obviously, if either of us win this, we're into the quarters, and then you're only, 5 games away from the final.
To the Europa League, so probably 19 games before we get to the final.
It is mad.
And then a 2-man sack race for the winner.
But, United's squad is thin at the best of times, let alone when we're going to have more injuries more players coming back in March, which always helps, but you've seen the last few weeks we've been playing the kids, and it's kind of brought back a bit of a belief at United. Had we played you in this game 5 weeks ago, you probably would have wiped the floor with us. But going into this now, there's a bit of a newfound belief just in the excitement of the kids. It's changed the atmosphere around Old Trafford in a matter of weeks, because after that Sunderland defeat, I thought, season over, Van Gaal's not going to do anything. And he walked into a goldmine with Rashford, which is, I'm not sure whether he'll start against you. I think he probably should, given how electric he's been. But, how do you think Liverpool are going to approach this game? Do you think are you going to rest players, or are you going to see that as is it the Europa League, so you play your second string?
No, not a chance. And it's Man United, so you don't play your second string against Man United in whatever competition you draw them in, whether you want to win the competition or not. If we drew you in the first round of the League Cup, I can't see us resting many players against you, but it's not. This is a big game. This is the highlight of our season so far. Yeah. It's the big high, but it's the shining light. If we can beat Man United in the Europa League and go on and maybe win that, what a springboard for success. But I think what Klopp's going to do is he's going to set up very, very similarly to how we played against Man City at Anfield just after we'd lost the cup final.
Yeah, you did very well. Now, I thought, again, you were probably going to get spanked in that game, but that's what Liverpool done this season. You don't know what team's going to turn up. Happened to United quite a lot. We're showing a little bit of consistency now, which is nice. And something, Van Gaal, for all his faults, he's had Liverpool's number. 4 wins out of 4, 5 if you include the pre-season. I mean, he seems to know how to beat you.
Yeah, he seems to know how to beat us under Brendan Rodgers. You know, I think he's played Liverpool once under Jurgen Klopp, isn't it? You know, and...
We were shit that game, and we won.
Yeah, but I think the difference is now, Klopp's played you. You know, Van Gaal's played those Liverpool players before.
Yeah.
Klopp's side hadn't. Now, he might have got things right, and I think he did get a lot of things right the first time against you, but the second time he's going to play, look at what we did against Manchester City. You know, we changed things up, a little bit of different personnel here and there, and all of a sudden, we were a much better side and a much tougher proposition for Manchester City, 2 games back-to-back.
Yeah.
That's what Klopp is. Klopp's a very, very good manager, and one, much like Van Gaal, who's used to playing on the European stage, these guys who are in charge of our clubs understand how to win European matches and understand how to win ties. Because they're not about single matches anymore, are they? You know, it's about being solid. It's about getting an away goal if you can, not conceding away goals. And these guys know how to do that. And I think it'll be really interesting from both managers and the players on the pitch.
I mean, it is United Liverpool. It is only, what is it, round of 16 now for Europa League. Now, how big do you think this game is in sort of the history of United Liverpool games?
Apart from cup finals, and you know, if there's ever been games when the league's been on the line, there's nothing bigger. I really don't think there is.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about it because, you know, you're shitting yourself going to Anfield. Up until the past couple of years, has been a crap place for us. We've always played bad. Rooney just doesn't know how to play on Merseyside. You've always had our number. We've been nervous. You get a win here or there, but in the grand scheme of things, we haven't really done it. But Van Gaal seems to have, you know, his record against top 6 is pretty good. His record against the 14 other teams has been pretty bad, which is a bit of a weird one. It balances itself out into an equilibrium where you kind of find yourself going, oh, shit, I don't know, but he's beat Liverpool, he's beat City. And I don't know what to expect from this game. As fans going into this, you're nervous, I'm nervous, but you want to be nervous. That's when you play the best games. Are the games you don't know what's going to happen. You're on the knife edge.
Well, we're at Anfield, and you know Liverpool get beaten for talking about history so much and stuff, but you know we talk about atmospheres like Saint Etienne in the 70s. We talk about atmospheres like there's just so many historic atmospheres. This is going to be up there with those atmospheres for me. You know, there's going to be close on 45,000 people in there, and they are going to be singing their heart out. And it's going to be a horrible place for Man United players come Thursday night because they're not going to have experienced that at Anfield before because this is going to be on another level. That's
where the kids could be exposed because that. But I say that, you know, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, I think, made his league debut against you at Anfield when I think it was Ashley Young that got injured and went off quite early. Played pretty well. And it depends. I honestly, I have no idea.
Fearlessness to kids, isn't there?
Yeah, but is there a limit to that fearlessness? Is there a time, like a game like this, where that atmosphere is going to be a burden on their shoulders, like going Galatasaray away?
I think it could be. I think, you know, Van Gaal's got a big decision to make on those kids now, and, you know, maybe his hands are going to be tied in what he can and can't do because of your injuries and stuff, but, you know, it's going to be really interesting. I'll tell you what, if they come out of it having played good games, you know that they're set for the top. Because if they can handle the atmosphere at Anfield on a big European night, these players can probably go anywhere in football.
What are you expecting from the game itself?
It's going to be horrendously nervy. It's going to be really tight. I think it's going to be a really, actually, tactical battle. I think you don't expect a lot of goals. Don't expect a team to be 3-0 up after the first leg or anything like that. I think, you know, it might be a 1-0 to whoever side wins it. I just don't think each manager wants to give too much away.
I mean, this is the first time we've come to Old Trafford with the concept of away goals. And the concept of it, you don't just have to come away with a win from Anfield. You just got to score a goal, maybe sit. I don't know how Van Gaal's going to play because, you know, we played against Stoke at home. We had like 47% possession. We let them have the ball and we hit them hard and fast in the counter. Probably our best game of the season. Earlier in the season, Van Gaal, stagnant possession, up until the edge of the box, defence sits deep. It's like it didn't matter who you're playing, whether you're playing Yeovil, Cambridge or Shrewsbury Town. In the first 20 minutes, they sat deep, they sat disciplined, we couldn't break them down. Took a little moment of magic, I think it was Chris Smalling who scored, opened the space up. Then we pushed, and then Van Gaal's possession game came to fruition. But we all know that Klopp loves his pressing game. We all know that Van Gaal loves his possession game. So it's going to be sort of the perfect blend of two styles of football, which, completely agree, it should be a tactical battle. I think from a neutral perspective, if they're expecting sexy football, they could be pretty disappointed.
Yeah, but it could be blood and thunder football. You know, we saw against Manchester City, John Flanagan put a tackle in on Raheem Sterling in the first minute. It's that type of... That's the type of game...
It sets a tone, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and I do expect someone to do that. I hope to God we're not playing Fellaini against you. It's weird, like our senior players are coming back from injury, and I'm thinking, is that a good thing? Is that really a good thing? We've got Fellaini coming back, Valencia young. I don't want them to play. I just want the kids, because I think maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe I'm being harsh on these players, because we went and we've beaten you twice at Anfield last 2 times. When was the last time we've done that before?
I don't know.
Put your balls in line here. Give me a prediction.
1-0 Liverpool.
1-0 Liverpool. I think there's going to be goals either side. I do agree with you that it's going to be a tactical battle. I don't think it's going to be a trailblazer. But I think whoever gets that early goal, I don't know whether that early goal will come. Whoever gets that first goal is going to try and control that game. That will probably suit you more than it suits us. I feel like we're a little bit better chasing the game, because we have to be a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more open.
But if you get a 0-0 at Anfield, Van Gaal will be happy with that, won't he?
It will be, but then we're going back to Old Trafford, knowing that if you score, we've got to score too. I love the fact that we've never had an away goal situation. It changes football, man. It really does.
It's brilliant. It's a great rule, like. It's horrible to be on the receiving end of an away goal.
Oh, there's nothing like... I remember us against Barcelona, we had 0-0 at the Nou Camp and came back, and Scholes scored 1-0. Fucking squeaky bum time. That is... Away goals in European football is where squeaky bum time was invented, because you know...
We don't say it at Anfield, squeaky bum time. That was one of Ferguson's lines.
I know, but your arse is clenching. I can hear it
Big
from here. My arse is clenching, and that's
pucker it up, mate.
that's the beauty of it. And I'm gonna say 2-1 United win, or a 1-1 draw. I think both teams will score. I think your defence is quite poor. I think our defence is not the best, especially with the injuries we've had. Not that your attack is glistening. Ours has come a little bit more with the kids that have come back in, but I do see goals either side. I'm going to go for 2-1 United win. Chris is going to go for a 1-0 Liverpool win. He's a madman, obviously. Let me know in the comments below what you think the score will be for what is 100% the biggest game of the season. Yeah. Everyone is going to be watching. No one's going to be watching the fucking Champions League. Obviously, they won't. It's Thursday night. But...
Oh, you're just not used to this Europa League footy, are you, mate? A few years with us, you'll be used to Europa League football. But you know what? I know you were wrapping up, Sam, and I'm really sorry, mate, but what the fuck? Why did he put it on afterwards? Why don't he put the Europa League? Because it's generally crap. Yeah. Why don't he put it on a Tuesday? Why do you have to sit through watching Barcelona and Bayern Munich and all these great sides on a Wednesday and a Tuesday night, and then you get to the poor fucking... disgruntled brother that's just mangled, and it's just crap. And
not anymore.
But not anymore, that's it, because Liverpool Man United is the biggest fixture of the week.
The Champions League is pissed off, but United are playing Liverpool in Europe. How are you feeling ahead of the game? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I'm shitting my pants. I know Chris is, I know everyone is, but that is the beauty of football. This is the games that you look for in a season, and it's going to be fucking exciting. Let's take it easy, Reds, and hopefully we can come away at Anfield with a goal. That's what we're looking for, a goal. Take it easy.